Section 6 and this one, we're talking about some design issue here. What so far we haven't get into the design considerations, and so what we are going to talk about is the ground level design issues. First, how do we identify what kind of things going to be named as a class, so we can use that to build things up and to complete the features that we would like to. And so to do this, here are the descriptions. And let me just quickly go through that and give you my perspective. So when we are building a anything in nature, we start from the obvious, and then we will try to go through it a couple times to identify what would be the most generic way to make that easy to build, 2, easy to maintain, 3, that easy to educate or no education required. Anyone who is going to work with this, either going to keep it running or adding new features, will be able to do it. So those are the basic consideration. And so so if you take in that perspective, like this is something that you are going to make your you are going to arrange the furnitures in your room. You are going to make it the way that you can live with it, right? And so so it will be a personal thing, but that's your room. If you live in with your family, and everyone has a opinion, so and that's where these design has to come together with meeting discussions, and everybody is free to express their opinion, and finally they come out a solution that everybody can live with. All right, so that's the idea. It's not something that has to be done this way, that way. It's all done by the team, the group, because they are the one going to be living with it. All right, so let's see if anything that that we need to really talk about it, right? So so we need to identify all the nouns and the verbs, and then use the generic terms that no communication error can be triggered by the misunderstanding or misleading attribute in there, and so on, and start reducing those in volume. So the left ones are going to be sort of most acceptable. All right, so it's similar to running for a position, and you go through the campaign, and you're going to be coming down to say a few things, and because that's the most important thing for your for the people that in your district. And so I think this is just a formalized description, and so elimination here and so on. And so and you can tell, I mean, every process that we talked about, when you involve people, this is a mass process. And then you started to deduce that into the class and the contents of that, and then eventually started to formalize your findings, and then go to work. And go to work means that we are going to be translate this particular descriptive what's in there and what they do, and make it into a formal chart, and reduce to the essential parts. And then we started to document it, and the UML diagram started to come up. And because this is, I mean, just look at this one, figure 630. And no matter what your discussion can be so heated and so on, eventually it's going to reduce to one simple table, and everybody look at that and they can agree to, because they do understand what it means, then it's a good design. All right, so it has a lot more information, but that's what I want to talk about. So I'll see you in the next section.